Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Should MapleStory have an official nostalgia server? So during this video we're going to take a look at how MapleStory was pre-Big Bang and what people liked and disliked about it. If during this video you become convinced that you would play on such a server if it ever exists, then leave a like, and if you're like, yeah, I wouldn't play or come back or just keep playing on my regular server, then leave a dislike. That way we can count the votes and screw up my YouTube metrics. So let's jump right into what was so rad and sucky about pre-Big Bang Maple. The footage shown in this video is all pre-Big Bang, but it doesn't have to necessarily reflect what I'm talking about. So, for example, traveling took forever in Old Maple. Oh, you wanted to go from Victoria Island to Liefre? That's fine, but it'll take you an hour, or if you get unlucky or just killed by Crimson Balrog. Old Maple loved to waste your time. But on the other hand, you met the greatest of people during those travels. Deals and friendships were made, and drop games and normal games were played during those travels. They really were fun times, they just took forever. Crafting also worked completely different back then. You would need to get a lot of rare ingredients to make very basic equipment. Ores could only be found from monster drops, and there was no such thing as potion crafting. There was also no such thing as star force or spell traces. Items could be scrolled, and that was about it. Back then, you would need two different kinds of stats as the main stat for each job. So thieves, for example, had luck as their main stat and a secondary stat which was dex, or archers had as main stats dex and as secondary stat strength. Meaning that if you wanted to compete in damage, you would have to go dexless or strengthless and try to scroll all your gear to perfection, and there were no such thing as protection scrolls either. And scrolling is pretty fun, but it would take a lot of work and a lot of tries to get the perfect equipment, 10% all the way. Completing quests also was a daily thing to do. People were just hooked on party quests, again another place where friendships were made and lost. Stealing channels, members going AFK or just leaving the party was a common problem back then. But there was always a sense of accomplishment though, when you knew another party was coming out and you were trying to outclick everyone else so your party could enter instead, and you succeeded. You were like, yeah, showed them with my clicking skills. Only one party could enter a party quest per channel at that time, so you were either in or you had to wait like 20 minutes. Quests also are pretty fun, but very tedious at the time. Oh, you just collected 400 zombie Lupin dolls? Awesome, please collect 1200 more now, thank you, bye. It was a lot of work, but it also felt really rewarding for some reason. And again, you met a lot of great people during those quests as well. Also, the Old Maple was a real grinder. Like, you were fast if you would reach level 30 in 8 hours without like any EXP buffs. Level 30 to 35 were even referred to as hell levels. So yeah, Old Maple did really eat up a lot of your time. But there was also a great sense of accomplishment when you did reach a high level. Other low-level Maplers, sometimes referred to as noobs, would gather around you and ask you to show off your skills for them while they gaze upon you in amazement. Soloing Zaken? What are you playing? After Big Bang? Not really. I mean, have fun bringing up at least 12 to 18 people if you're trying to bring down that bad boy. 4Job did make a lot of things easier though, but still Paperlaters, Zakem, Horntail, the boss, and Pinkbean were one of the toughest bosses around. Bossing took a lot of coordination and people, but that feeling when you finally defeated Zakem and could show off your Zakem helmet was pretty dang good. So for the people who have never played or experienced pre-Big Bang, you now know a little bit more of what it was about. And let me know, I'm actually really interested in if you would play an official nostalgia server if it would ever happen. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, see you tomorrow.